The modern NRL is defined by its most influential players, those who control tempo, decision-making and momentum when matches are on the line. A strong combination can lift an entire squad beyond expectations, while weaker groupings are exposed under pressure. These rankings consider form, durability, chemistry, leadership and big game impact rather than reputation alone. Some combinations fall due to inconsistency or injuries, others rise through cohesion and execution, so without further ado, these are the worst to best ranked spine combinations in 2026 in the NRL. At 17 is Jayden Campbell, AJ Brimson and Tino Fa'asuamaleaui. This trio has obvious talent but continues to underdeliver due to poor club direction and instability. Campbell is a tidy fullback and utility without a defining dominant trait. Brimson is versatile yet constantly disrupted by injuries, while Tino is a genuine superstar forward stuck inside a losing system. Despite origin pedigree, leadership and power, the Titans fail to convert talent into results. Until the club commits to junior development, patience and long-term structure instead of short-term recruitment splurges, this combination will continue to underachieve despite individual quality and representative level potential. At 16 is Tom Trbojevic, Luke Brooks and Jamal Fogarty. Manly's spine ranks low due to availability and ceiling concerns across the group. Trbojevic remains elite when fit but repeated injuries destroy continuity. Brooks has struggled to steer sides into finals contention and lacks authority in decisive moments, while Fogarty is new and still building combinations. There is experience, effort and football IQ present, but durability, chemistry and leadership limitations prevent this spine from consistently matching elite combinations across the competition. At 15 is Jerome Luai, Latu Fainu and Jareem Bula. On pure talent this spine could rank much higher, with Luai a proven premiership winner, Fainu a creative young half and Bula an electric running threat. However, poor club management, instability and unclear systems continue to stall progress. Coaching direction remains a concern and development has lacked cohesion. Without stronger management, coaching leadership and structure, this trio's potential remains largely untapped despite regular flashes of attacking danger and promise. At 14 is Clint Gutherson, Damien Cook and Valentine Holmes. This veteran-heavy combination brings professionalism, experience and reliability but offers limited upside. Gutherson and Cook are past their athletic peaks, while Holmes remains consistent without influencing matches at centre. The Dragons rely too heavily on experience instead of developing a future core. While still competitive on effort alone, this spine lacks speed, creativity and long-term value, leaving it vulnerable against younger, more explosive combinations weakly. At 13 is Nicho Hynes, William Kennedy and Braden Trindle. Despite multiple seasons together, this spine has not produced a grand final appearance. Hynes is talented but struggles under pressure. Kennedy lacks creativity at fullback, while only Trindle is the most reliable performer in big moments. Structural changes are required, potentially moving Hynes to fullback and releasing Kennedy, otherwise results are unlikely to shift despite strong regular season finishes. At 12 is Mitchell Moses, Jonah Pezzett and Isaiah Yongi. This ranking reflects combination inexperience rather than individual talent. Moses is among the best halfbacks in the world, especially at representative level. Pezzett is a temporary fix still developing into a marquee halfback for the Broncos next season, while Yongi has attacking upside but defensive weaknesses. With time, stability and repetition this spine could climb quickly, but early chemistry remains unproven at this stage. At 11 is Latrell Mitchell, David Fifita and Jai Gray. This group sits here due to unrealized dominance. Mitchell and Fifita are generational athletes but both must improve fitness, consistency and effort areas. Gray emerged as a genuine match winner in 2025, often carrying the side on his own. If Mitchell and Fifita rediscover hunger and conditioning, this spine could challenge the elite, but current output demands improvement in the 2026 season. At 10 is Luke Metcalf, Leka Halasima and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Metcalf was tracking toward a Dally M caliber season in 2025 before injury and remains the Warriors' key organizer. Halasima is a destructive hybrid capable of playing almost any position and scoring tries from anywhere, while Tuivasa-Sheck provides elite professionalism and experience. This spine blends youth, power and class, though injury history and cohesion keep them just outside the top tier currently. At 9 is Dylan Brown, Callan Ponga and Sandon Smith. On raw talent this spine is frightening. Brown is an elite 5'8". Ponga at his best is among the most destructive fullbacks in the game, and Smith offers steady long-term development. However, injuries, form swings and lack of chemistry will limit output. If Ponga remains healthy, this combination could surge into the top 5. At 8 is Herbie Farnworth, Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow and Selwyn Cobbo. This explosive outside back-driven spine thrives on athleticism and strike. Plus they have a gun halfback in Isaiah Katoa to set up plays for them on the left edge. Farnworth is arguably the best centre in the game. Hamiso offers elite finishing and roaming threat, while Cobbo at his peak is devastating. Defensive lapses and role balance prevent elite ranking, but their ceiling remains enormous when momentum builds consistently. At 7 is Scott Drinkwater, Tom Dearden and Jackson Purdue. Drinkwater is a top 5 fullback. Dearden was Queensland's best Origin performer last season and Purdue is a rising utility star. This spine blends competitiveness, toughness and adaptability. While not as polished as top combinations, their resilience, effort and clutch play make them dangerous against any opposition across seasons. At 6 is Matt Burton, Stephen Crichton and Lachlan Galvin. Burton's versatility, Crichton's elite defense and leadership, and Galvin's emerging creativity form a balanced unit. Galvin showed flashes of brilliance in 2025 but must lift consistency. With Crichton driving standards and Burton's kicking game, this spine has a strong foundation to rise further with maturity. At 5 is Sam Walker, James Tedesco and Daly Cherry Evans. Experience and football IQ define this trio. Tedesco remains elite, Walker is entering his prime and Cherry Evans provides calm authority. Despite the ages of Teddy and DCE, decision-making, composure and game management keep them highly competitive, particularly in final scenarios where experience and control matters the most. At 4 is Ethan Strange, KO Weeks and Hudson Young. Strange is a rising 5'8" with Origin potential. Weeks profiles as a future New South Wales fullback and Young is among the best second rowers in the game. Youthful, aggressive and fearless, this spine lacks experience but possesses enormous long-term upside and competitiveness moving forward. At 3 is Nathan Cleary, Isaiah Yeo and Dylan Edwards. Cleary is the best halfback in the world, Yeo is the premier lock and Edwards a top 5 fullback in the world. This spine dominates through structure, discipline and repeat excellence. Their consistency, cohesion and winning habits keep them near the summit year after year without significant decline. At second spot is Cameron Munster, Harry Grant and Jarome Hughes. Munster is the best 5'8" in the world, Grant is the Golden Boot winner and Hughes a former Dally M. Speed, deception, creativity and big game temperament define this trio, making them lethal on any stage and consistently dominant at elite level. Finally, the top number 1 spine in the NRL goes to Reece Walsh, Ezra and Payne Haas. Walsh is the best fullback in the world with speed and vision that puts fear into any opponents. Mam is electric, unpredictable and fearless, capable of turning momentum instantly with footwork and support play. Haas is the most dominant prop on the planet, bending defensive lines through power, endurance and consistency. Together they combine pace, skill, aggression and intimidation, setting the benchmark for modern NRL spines and defining elite dominance. If you disagree with my ranking, then please give me yours in the comments. Stay updated with all your rugby league content on YouTube by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more of your daily dose of rugby league. Thank you.